Well, so this is where we cut through the cultural conditioning of whiteness. White people are attached to whiteness and not democracy, not a constitutional republic, not anything that will threaten their whiteness. So they're only into things if it reinforces, upholds, and enables kind of these systems of hierarchy that are so ingrained that most white people will refuse to acknowledge their existence, and then blame like the attempts to level the playing field for controlling opportunities to dictate outcomes. When quite literally, that's the entire point of these racial hierarchies that have driven our culture and our society for hundreds of years, right? So this has always been true. I mean, I think the quote is attributed to David Froome, although it's pretty much common sense that like when Republicans learn they can't win elections through democracy, they won't, abandon conservatism, they'll abandon democracy because they're not tied to any system or any morality, anything but a racial hierarchy. And that's not a conscious choice for most people. This exists on a level of consciousness that James Baldwin talks about, like why they need the N word. Why do white people need it, right? And so it's because so like the reality is this: racism kind of obscures the fact that global imperialism enslaves white people too. But so racism is largely like, well, if we tie black people's both of their arms behind their back, then if we only tie one arm behind white people's backs, they'll think they're free when literally they're still prisoners to this system of global imperialism that turns freedom into corporate slavery. And if you think you're free, stop going to work, right? So it's all about creating hierarchies of oppression, right? We think it's about hierarchies of rights, but it's about hierarchies of oppression, so that if we oppress these people more, conservatives' ideas of freedom, like they're people that believe words are the things. They don't understand words represent things. So their freedom needs to be shown to them in real terms, which is to say they need an example of somebody who is less free to understand their freedom, which is not actually freedom, right? Like freedom in this culture comes from money and money alone. You can't be free without money in this culture. Money offers freedom. Money offers power. And we convince everybody that it's all these other things to obscure the fact that cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, dollar bills, y'all. And it's all the other stuff is secondary.